Welcome to this stateless code video. In this video, we're going to be installing Samba and using it as a file server on an Ubuntu 24.04 system. Samba is a Windows and Linux interoperability suite of programs that runs on Linux and Unix. So we're just going to be scratching the surface of all the different things that Samba can do. There's a wiki and extensive documentation. Not all of it is super up to date, so you can see the how-to reference guide is way back on version 3.5 and has text saying this documentation is old and might be incorrect. But for our purposes, we're going to be dealing with just setting it up as a file server so that I can access a specific mount point on other computers. So we're going to get going here, and then we'll configure it as well for that particular use case. And then I'll hop on another computer and access the server from there to test that it's working. So first thing we're going to do is install Samba. The command here is sudo apt install Samba. We'll accept the prompt here. And we'll see whether the service is running or not. And we do have an active Samba daemon working on our system. We hit Q here and clear, but we don't have anything configured with it yet. So next thing we want to do is we want to go to the etc samba smb.conf file and change it to match what I need. So the documentation here goes to a bunch of the different things that you could possibly do here. And then in addition, I'll open up the terminal here. You can see there's a bunch of stuff going on here where it's got examples and comments and a bunch of commented out example configuration and all that. So we're going to just focus on kind of the simplest use case here. So we will we'll set a work group, and then we'll set a share. And then I want this share to be set up so that the so that you need a login to do that. So what I'll do is I'll start now. Editing. I'll be back and kind of show the edits that I've made here. All right, so I pretty much left the defaults as they were, and then just appended my share information onto here. So because this is read-only equals no, I also want to make sure that guest OK is explicitly no. I think that's the default anyway, but so we'll do that. I'm going to hit :WQ here, and we're going to refer to the, this is from Ubuntu 16.04, so we're talking 9 years ago-ish, but it's got good information on what you want to do here. So we already had the file share mount taken care of. It's an exFAT formatted partition, so the permissioning part of it wasn't really a concern here. And then we need to restart the service, and then we need to allow it via Samba, or allow Samba via the firewall, and then we will also have to provision a user, and then we should be able to access it, try to access it from the other server. So now I'm going to go in and clear here. We'll just change this status to a restart. And then we'll do sudo ufw status inactive. So sudo ufw enable sudo so now status is active, and we want to allow Samba, but we only want to allow Samba from the home network IP address things. So I'm going to pause and get those into here. So after taking a look at it, I decided against trying to get more complex than I need to here. This particular machine doesn't have any port forwarding outside of my local area network, and so we're just going to go with the simple sudo ufw allow Samba, and then I'll do the same thing to allow SSH. So that looks like those rules have been registered. And we'll even do a disable and enable. So if all else fails, restart the machine. It's enabled on system startup. So continue on. So now we need to set up a user. So we'll do the smb.passwd command here. We'll change, hold on, let me hit clear. And in this case, it's not going to be stateless code. It's going to be my main account here on the computer. Michael. All right, so we've added that. I'll do, for good measure, one more restart of the system. And now I'll hop over to my Mac and see if I can access the share. All right, so I'm over here on my Mac. I'm on my normal personal account, my D&D character Yar Karfu and his buddy Damien here. So we're going to go to Go Network, and we can see this is my Samba share here. And we'll connect, and now I should be able to access the contents of this drive. So that's what we got. I'll go back to the other system. All right, so we're back on Ubuntu here, and we're just going to kind of finish up further reading if you want to dive deeper into any of this. So if you wanted to get more in depth in terms of share access control, you can find it on the documentation Ubuntu here, and then there's a section share access controls that you can delve deeper into. Samba has a detailed documentation on the smb.conf file, and then back here. So if you're, we did this from a Mac, my Ubuntu and Windows, I dual boot, so I wasn't able to show SSHing into this from Windows, but, or not SSHing, but accessing the Samba server. But if you want to do that, that's a double / and then your IP address / your name of your Samba share. And then in Mac, I just did Go network, but you can also do Go connect to server and then enter your specific server name there if it's not showing the one that you expect for whatever reason. So that does it for this video. In addition to these setup and configuration videos, I also have a bunch of instructional videos on programming and coding, particularly with Ruby and Ruby on Rails. I also do some JavaScript, some Salesforce. I intend to be coming out with an introduction to programming kind of from the ground up type series. So hit the like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the subsequent videos.
Want to create your own Ruby gem but don't know where to start? Code along with me on the end-to-end journey of the Nerd Dice project. We'll configure and publish the gem, use GitHub Actions to trigger builds and tests, and create magic methods with Ruby metaprogramming that can roll any number of dice, all while using a test-driven approach. Go to statelesscode.com/nerddicegem to level up.
Samba is, and I'm here on the site, a Windows it's a Windows interoperability suite. It can deal with, if you go to the documentation, the wiki here, it can do things all right, we're just gonna start this video over. So command here is sudo apt. Thanks for watching this stateless code video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and spread the word. Check out our growing library of videos on our social media channels. Follow us at Stateless Code, and taxation is theft.
The stateless code.